Hi everyone, let's take a quick look at the Jake and Neytiri's first Banshee Flight Lego set. So it has 572 pieces and it's mainly divided into three parts. So two of the Banshees as well as the terrain build. And obviously this set comes with two of these Avatar sort of larger size minifigures. So this is Jake Sully. He looks pretty plain, but you know, if you shine under the light, you can actually see some you know, silver printing reflected. So that is pretty neat. It's pretty magical actually. And also there is a special tailpiece for, you know, all these Avatar minifigs, which are obviously have longer legs. And I do think that the face, you know, it looks kind of weird in the promotion images, but you know, when you look at it in person, it's actually not that bad. So yeah, I mean, it is definitely something that you have to experience on your own. Obviously, the nose is not represented in its 3D form, so maybe that is the weird part, but overall, it does not really affect the aesthetics that much. So this is Neytiri, and I think she looks pretty good as well. The hairpiece is obviously a little bit different, but they both serve the same purpose of being able to connect with the Banshee. So for example, you can just stick it right in there. So you might have to bend the legs a little bit, and then you can connect. You can connect this piece right here to the hairpiece. So this is pretty accurate in universe, and you can do the same for Jake as well. So again, you have to bend the legs a little bit. It's not exactly the most straightforward thing to do, but it's not really that difficult either. So again, I think this is a really good display piece. It's actually better than I thought. Now, if you look at the underside, obviously there is an issue in terms of blockiness and the lack of you know, legs and all that. But ultimately, I think it really depends on how you display this thing. So if you display it below your eye level, I think the whole thing would look much better. And obviously the Banshees can be taken out. When you take them out, this piece out here is a little bit awkward. It sticks out quite a bit under it. But other than that, if you look at it from a bird eye view, it's actually very good, because the graphics on the wings here is absolutely fantastic. And the same goes for Jake's Banshee, and as you can see, this is pretty tremendous. Actually looks kind of like a butterfly, and yeah, it's really nice. And as for the builds themselves, the Banshees are pretty much identical, and you also have a terrain build which has some of these glow in the dark sort of carrot piece, and you also have some representation of the floating islands, which are obviously not to scale to the Banshees. So you kind of have to imagine that they are so far away from the Banshees, and you're panning your camera towards the Banshee, then, you know, this smaller scale makes a lot more sense. But obviously these are supposed to represent the terrain in Avatar, which I think standalone does a pretty good job actually. It's only when you combine with the Banshee then it looks a little bit awkward. And you can also see the waterfall down here, which are done really, really well as well. So yeah, and when you build them, they're divided into 3 bags, and with an instruction manual for each of these bags. So that's pretty interesting from my point of view. So overall, I think for 572 pieces, the price per part ratio really isn't that bad. But if you look at the number of stuff that you get, you only get like 2 of these sort of large size minifigures, and then 2 of these sort of like small Ninjago size sort of creatures, and then a terrain build. I really don't think this is worth £50 or $60. But the good news is that we have already seen this set massively discounted in third-party retailers. So if you don't buy from Lego, you buy from like Zavvi or some other third-party retailers, some Amazon, then you might be able to find it at like 30 to 40% off. So for me personally, I got this set at £30, which I think is pretty good value, especially if you're only thinking about getting one Avatar set. I do think this is a good set to get. Of course, if you want those real minifigures, then you might want to consider some of the bigger sets. But this set is not tremendously expensive. Also, is probably the only set that has Jake and Neytiri in the same set. So if you only care about those 2, then this is actually a good choice. But yeah, do let me know what you think about this set. Personally, I'm very satisfied, especially since I've got it for a discount, which I think will happen, because I really don't think this set is the most popular even among the Avatar theme, and I do think the Avatar theme has not been selling well anyway. So yeah, that's it for this video. Do let me know how you view this set and whether or not this is something that you get for yourself. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.